Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to more action here from the EU West Challenger Series number 1. I am Metis, and Broken Shard is just AFK for a few moments, so he'll pop right back in anytime now. As you can see, we are in the picks and bans, and they pretty much have finished. I'm watching the stream at the moment because we're a bit late after finishing the last game, and my internet kind of sucks. So I'm going to try and call this out properly. It looks like we have Zed, Jarvan, Twisted Fate, Sona, and Varus for the blue team, and the purple team is going to be Caitlyn, Lulu, Renekton, Shen, and finally Jace. So some really interesting pickups from both teams here. And Bass, because my quality is so bad due to my internet, can you just let me know which is which, please? Which is purple and which is blue? Ah, okay. Apparently the game is loading, so I'm going from the friends list thing now. So if you just bear with me for a second.
You should be able to start joining on me now as the, what is it? The game is loading at this very moment.
Yeah, the game is loading at the moment, so I'm just going to try and join in, although I just got an error
eSuba is on the
message.
purple side, by
awesome.
the way, so.
What is it today with technical problems, dude? I tried to join and it kicked me.
Spectator bug. But yeah, it might have kicked you because I'm not in the game yet. Because you're going to be joining on me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I still have a couple of, I'll show the viewers as well, there you go. Still have a couple of, actually a couple. More like a handful of players left to load before I'm in.
Alright, okay. So, this has been a very strange night.
Definitely.
To cast, I would imagine to watch, this has been strange. And if you're one of the few people that has been with us since the very beginning, I can't even think of something to give you that would be cool enough for the dedication that you've shown. But thank you very much. Massive props to you. Just trying to get back into the game. Fortunately, there wasn't a huge login queue or anything like that. But we've had spectator problems, we've had delays, we've had players getting DDoS, Broken Shard got DDoSed. It's all been happening today.
Well, we're in game now, by the way, so I think you should be able to join on me.
Yeah, I just tried to join from you. It's in the League of Legends icon thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
You should be able to join on me for spectator, because eSuba versus SinnersNeverSleep has actually already kicked off, so we missed some of the lobbying and whatnot, but then again...
Uh-oh.
That is the least exciting part of this game.
Oh, shit.
What?
Zoro Zero got Zed.
Oh.
Oh, shit. This is gonna be a very interesting game.
But just to double check, guys, are you joining in on me so you can...
I am.
I'm already in the game.
Ah, okay. Well, then go ahead and take it away, man.
I'm still on the loading screen, dude, so take it away and I'll be like 5 to 10 seconds.
So, SinnersNeverSleep are doing a little bit of an aggressive thing, and eSuba put a defensive... they put an aggressive ward on the enemy Wraith ramp, so they kind of want vision of that jungler exiting the red buff after he hits level 3. It is a Shen jungle, Gornagal running in the jungle, with a Jace mid and a Renekton top lane.
Alright, I am finally into the game. And Nunia is being chased down from eSuba, so probably a tiny bit of adrenaline pumping through his veins right now. But he is going to be safe. A couple of wards down from either team on the red buff bush. And Jarvan throwing over the Demacian standard. So it looks like any invades have been crushed just for now.
I actually really like the team comp out of SinnersNeverSleep. When you take a look at what they're running, you see that they have a really good engage with Sona, Varus, and Jarvan. The TF for good amount of AoE and single target stun, and the Zed to instantly just blow up that one person who, you know, is gonna have a very bad day. However, the Renekton versus Zed matchup is actually really strong in Renekton's favor. I mean, Crocodungus, also known as Renekton, is like one of the most powerful top laners. He's definitely considered a huge power pick right now. But level 1, Zed is going to be out damaging him simply with his E and auto attacks. If he gets Renekton to below half HP, actually below half HP, he's going to be doing a lot of his HP and damage with the magic damage auto hit. Renekton being the first to hit level 2 is going to just say, I'm the dominant one in this relationship. Stay down.
Yeah, but Zero has got to 2 just afterwards. We see a little bit of backwards and forwards in mid lane. TF does land the gold card. We're not going to follow up onto that. Just level 2, not going to be doing a great deal of damage.
In bot lane, we see both supports on quite low HP. Looks like there was some early game trading going on. Both AD carries are now level 2, with Failer just about to ding level 2, as well as actually Dirtshit and Failer are about the same experience. Once Failer, in my opinion, gets level 2, this lane is going to start doing really, really well for SinnersNeverSleep, because of the heal that comes out of Sona is going to be able to heal off most of the harass that comes out of Lulu and Caitlyn. And there's that level 2 from Sona.
Well, we can see Shen making a move towards top lane. There are no wards in the top bush, so right now Zoro doesn't really know what's going on. He's probably thinking Renekton's being quite aggressive, but other than that, he's not going to have much of an idea Shen's there. However, the lane is pushing, so Shen is going to hop into the second bush.
This is a really good position, because not only she's also in an area where if Jarvan decides to come in and Herden manages to bait him into the bush, they could really not get level 3. And the damage combination from Shen and Renekton, especially this early on when you have so much Fury, is gonna pretty much rip anyone apart. Doesn't matter who you are. Zoro Zero having quite an easy time just last hitting under turret, you know, Herden harassing him slightly there. He does have a level advantage because he did push the lane. Shen, however, is just gonna back off there. Does not really want to stick around, but Herden just taking a bunch of free tower damage for no reason there. Yeah. Shen is level 3. About the same to go through the raids, and you know, he might just meet up with Nunya. We see some pings going on. I think they know that he just passed by. Yep. I was gonna spot down, and Nunya just quickly queues away.
Are you lagging a bit there, Ram? Because your TS keeps breaking up. I'm not sure if it's TS or if it's you. Okay. Okay.
GG, I'm getting DDoS again.
Oh, okay. Having some problems. Either way, bot lane. Some more poke from Lulu and Caitlyn, both landing on towards Varus. Tabs is now on just about 320 or so HP. Top lane still pushing from Hayden on Renekton. And Jarvan is around Wraith, so there's no real danger right now for the Croc. He can just keep pushing till his heart's content. Jarvan now going to try and do some counter jungling. Shen on Wolves, moving round to blue buff. And Jarvan is going to be going down towards the bot lane. However, there is a ward in this bush, and that's going to signify the end of this gank. In fact, Shen may come in for the counter gank. It's very possible, knowing that Jarvan's down here, they may try and bait this one out. However, there is a ward in the bottom bush that's going to see Shen, and that is going to definitely spell the end of this ganking period at bot lane. So, Twisted Fate did go back to spawn, back into lane once again, picked himself up Sork shoes and a ward, also has a Doran's ring. So, he's hit level 6, where is he going to go with his ultimate? Is he just going to push this lane and try and deny some creeps from Jace? And that looks to be the case at the moment. But the good thing about playing Shen is once he hits 6, wherever Twisted Fate decides to gank, Shen can just pop his ultimate on the victim and try and turn it back round. However, Shen is 2 levels behind Twisted Fate. You can see the ultimate coming in right now at top lane. Ignite goes down. Renekton is a very dead Croc. In fact, he's popped Dominus, jumping back onto his tower. Here comes Shen as well. This could be a beautiful turnaround. And the teleport as well. Here comes Jace. He misses the shock blast. Going to be chasing after Zoro anyway. Shen still chasing him down. And the pause comes in. What about that for an anticlimactic end? I was sure that Renekton was a dead Croc there, but the Dominus right at the end saved his bacon, and he was able, just about to survive. Still flashing up red. You're going to have a quick check how much health he has left. He has 72 HP remaining, as Rikitan has disconnected alongside Durjin, so... 2 players, 3 players disconnected. What in the hell is going on? Apparently, from Herden, 3 players got DDoSed and DC'd. I'm really hoping that's not the case, because that would be incredibly sad. And that could spell another massive pause, unfortunately for you watching right now.
I sadly can't show people the chat at the moment, by the way, as the game was paused right as I was in smooth camera mode, which makes your mouse disappear and it doesn't reappear on pause, so I can't see where my mouse is.
It seems that my internet is going back to normal. Do I still sound laggy?
No.
No, you sound okay.
So basically you diverted the DDoSes over to the players this time around, right?
No, I just rerouted my internet again.
Well, I don't really know what to tell you guys. It would appear that 3 players have been DDoSed from eSuba. All 3 have disconnected, of course, and I can't even give you an ETA of when they're going to be back because we simply don't know. So there's not much to really talk about so far. But are we going to throw this to a break, Bass? Well, as you say that, one of the players has just reconnected, so
okay.
It could be good news. We could be having the players coming back.
Yeah, I was just about to say I can hear the chat clicking sound, but I can't see what's being typed. So
it's not much really. It's just about saying about DCs. He's just DC'd again.
Yeah.
So that was Rikatan on Jace. So what I'm going to do here, Bass, if you can tell me when it's unpaused, I'll quickly jump back in. But I'm going to give you a quick recap of how the other game's going.
I just got connection to spectator server failed. The game will now exit.
Oh.
But the problem is I can't see anything, so I can't actually click like the... Okay, I think I clicked it.
Yeah, I also got disconnected from the game.
Yeah. So I guess we, probably best to just relaunch the entire client, right? Or not?
Nope, I just clicked reconnect and it put me back in.
Okay. Well, I'll also try and kickstart League of Legends back up again. There we go. Yeah, and people, we really don't have any control over this. There seems to be a really derpy spectator bug going around tonight, so it's annoying. It's the only thing I can say.
Well, yeah, that and the DDoS.
It seems that people are coming back into the game one by one.
Okay.
Maybe they've managed to restart the routers and change it around. In the meantime, why don't you change up the champions?
I already put the champions in their respective lanes. If that's what you mean.
Right, so in the meantime, I'm joined here by the lovely and attractive Metis. Metis, if people want to find you because they love your casting, how can they?
I'm sorry, I'm blushing. You caught me off guard there, Ram.
Aww.
They can find me at facebook.com/MetisTV. How about yourself?
For me, I'm going to go ahead and link that in chat. I have both a Facebook and a Twitter. My Facebook, www.facebook.com/BrokenShardStream, and my Twitter is, just one second, I'm going to find it. I don't use Twitter that much, I just got really new to it. I only have like 35 followers. I think one of them is my mom. And here we go. www.twitter.com/BrokenShardEUS. If you can follow me there, you'll find out exactly what I'm doing. Riot are not DDoSing us, guys. Don't worry about it.
I love how a couple of people throw this up in the chat and it takes a life or gets a life of its own, and now people are actually thinking that that's the case.
GG Froggen.
Yeah, exactly, Tarumaru. And that we are investigating the issues with the spectator mode was at first confirmed to us that it was just a little thing with avatars and champion icons not working correctly, but I think we've safely proven tonight that it's more than just that. Right, guys?
Seems like Riot don't want us to have this tournament going underway, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I've just seen a thread on Reddit, and maybe while we have this downtime, Broken Shard can explain a few things to the viewers, but there is a thread on Reddit that says Fnatic B get DDoSed during a Challenger series and forced to forfeit after 15-minute pause time, and effectively what the Reddit thread is saying is that DDoSing was a success. Now, Broken Shard, would you like to explain the rules and what happened so the viewers can understand completely 100% from your perspective, who, let's be honest, you kind of created this tournament, you've put the rules in place. What's your standing on the decision that you made?
Pretty much, rules are rules. Each team gets 15 minutes for a pause time in the process that they get DC'd. Alright, here's situation 1. Fnatic gets DDoSed, and they have a DC for 13 minutes. They get DDoSed again, and then they have a DC for 7 minutes. That's effectively 20 minutes out of the 30-minute pause time. If SinnersNeverSleep suddenly gets DDoSed, they're only going to be allowed to have 10 minutes of the pause time. So they pretty much just get a really unfair disadvantage, because each team should have an equal amount of time to try to get their players back in the game. Now, if we let Fnatic pause the game even more, it would pretty much put SinnersNeverSleep in a disadvantage. Because they would not be able to have an effective pause time for longer than the amount of time that has been paused. 15-15 is the easiest. The reason that they had to forfeit is because we had to get the game started. Now, Esports for Life, SinnersNeverSleep were actually late by 40 minutes, so we actually gave Fnatic a free win. They got 1-0 in the best of 3 lead. And then SinnersNeverSleep actually picked up another win, so we were in the 3rd round, and that's when Cyrusky started getting DDoSed. Personally, it sucks. It's horrible that people start DDoSing, especially in a tournament that's meant to try to improve the quality of EU West, but there's really nothing that we can do about it. However, I managed to let Fnatic have a slot in next week's tournament. Not next week, the week after in the prize purse, without having to be relegated and requalifying. They actually take Eternity Gaming's spot because of a little bit of an issue that was going on with trash talking in the games. That's pretty much my statement for that.
Okay, well you heard it from Ram himself. He is the admin. He is the creator of this tournament. So what he says goes, and I think that's fair enough. You know, I think at the end of the day, if the rules are there, they're there. And as you said, Fnatic were given a 1-0 lead from the beginning because of the lateness of SinnersNeverSleep, and they ended up losing the game. It's pretty much that simple. Bass, by the way.
Yes.
What is happening with you getting into the game?
I went into accidentally went into an Eternity game because I don't know if this is just me, but I don't see a single eSuba player or an SNS player actually in a game. So I don't know. Broke do you know anything about that?
I'm not sure what's going on. I'm gonna go check it out.
Can you see any one of them in game? Because I was joining on. Who was I joining on again? Because he seems to be offline. Whoever. So that must be one of the guys that was being DDoSed, right? Yeah, I was joining in on Nardius, but Nardius is offline.
No, it seems that people are in game still.
Because Nardius, who I joined on, is offline in my friends list at this very moment.
Yeah, they're still in game.
Okay. So what would be the correct way of joining now if we can't? Any clue?
Come add me and you can spectate through me, I guess.
I should have you on my friends list, unless
I removed you.
Yeah, but if you did that, then you are a punk. Let me add you. What's your
broken shot?
What? Yeah. With a space or without? A request has been sent to the user, so please accept. Unless you don't want to be my friend anymore, of course. Broke chart, did you accept?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Because I don't see you in my friends list.
I just accepted you.
Ah, wait, there you are. But it says that you are not spectating a game, is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going in now.
Okay. Man, all the spectating problems make me make me scared.
Scared?
Yeah, it's just like I don't see people on the friends list that should be there. Sometimes you can't join or spectate people that you want to spectate. And then when you add people, you don't see them. And I was like, okay. So now I've got Broke Chart on my friends list, but I don't see him spectating. I was like, here we go. But it's okay, guys. Okay, I'm loading. Who's loading? Who's loading?
loading in as well.
Good.
I followed you.
Nice.
What a day.
Okay. Back in. So take it away whenever you want, guys.
I'm still on the loading screen, unfortunately.
I'm in. Fortunately, eSuba only have another 2 minutes and 50 seconds for the pause time, and oh boy, we're gonna have another shitstorm.
Right, I am back in as well. Seems that Rickerton just reconnected.
It looks like Nardia's now got disconnected.
So I was saying what the teams actually seem to be saying. I don't know if you guys saw that. That there was apparently someone in the chat throwing IPs around. I'm not saying that that's the right IPs. I mean, even so, but still.
It seems now the teams are deciding what they're going to do when it gets to 15
they're going to
minutes.
remake the game. It's only 6 minutes into the game and no kills have gone down. It's going to go for a remake in my opinion. Same picks, same thing. Just remake the game.
Okay.
I don't want to have another forfeit. Unless if they want to play.
Okay, Nuke Duck just asked if we're ready.
Ready.
If the other team's ready, it seems that they reconnected. But no answer's been given thus far, so no, they just said nope, we still don't have our 5th player. So with 5 seconds coming up on the time, I guess they're going to have to play on.
Okay, so good guys, we will fail. SinnersNeverSleep are allowing eSuba to wait 5 more minutes. So they're taking 5 minutes out of their pause time to let eSuba regroup. All right, it's obviously not them DDoSing if they're willing to put an extra 5 minutes into doing that.
Oh, the game has now been unpaused.
I guess that was just a bit of a miscommunication, and I have a bug.
I am lagged out now, so I can't actually see anything happening.
Wow, what's going on?
I don't know about you guys, but it's never mind. Now it's unpaused.
Yeah, it's unpaused, but everyone's frozen in place like it's lagged.
I'll try to reconnect.
Oh man.
Oh, and then it got paused again. Did that happen to the rest?
No, I need to
Yeah,
quit.
it seems that there was a bit of miscommunication. So SinnersNeverSleep are letting eSuba wait a couple of minutes so that they can get their last player in.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
I guess
getting some huge spectator bugs right now.
Yeah, I did too. I had to quit and try again.
Awesome. It looks like we're getting things underway. He joined the TeamSpeak channel, and we're getting the game started soon. I agree. Like, if it's your fans doing it, then there's nothing at all that the guys can do about it. It's not even their fault at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, DDoSing is just a part of online gaming now. As sad as that is, it is. It's very apparent in a lot of streamers, for example, get hit with DDoS. As a lot of pro players do as well, and unfortunately, this time it's hitting the tournament and these players. So, very little we can do. I just saw somebody message on the chat before saying like 5 minutes for eSuba, but nothing for fnatic. That's because SinnersNeverSleep decided to give eSuba 5 minutes of their time. This is a decision that they made. So it's a completely different situation to the previous game that we were watching, where SinnersNeverSleep basically had good sportsmanship and said, hey look, you can have 5 of our minutes. Hopefully your players reconnect by the time it hits 10.
They made a deal that if it hits 10 minutes, then they would remake the game, which I think is extremely fair. I mean, 5 minutes is already a huge amount of time, especially when you're considering that you need to get your guys back in the game as quickly as possible. So overall, SinnersNeverSleep did lose 4 minutes and about 15 seconds of their game time, of the pause time. So it's not a huge deal, but still really good on them.
Is that just me getting bugs? Because it says the game's been unpaused, but like everything's frozen still.
It has unpaused, but
oh, it's okay
now. It's resuming.
The first kill goes to Rickathon there. Wow, first blood going to eSuba, and another kill turning around on Renekton, getting picked off by the wild card there. Wow, that was hilarious. 2 kills in quick succession there after a very long pause. It's very hilarious right there. Both mid laners end up picking up a kill. So it looks like they're pretty much even right now.
And both the people that died both typed in chat, what? Neither of them had a clue what was going on. But 1 for 1.
What actually happened was Jace jumped onto the TF, got close enough in order to use his hammer E ability, I believe, Thundering Blow, onto the Zed, which was just a little bit out of range for an auto attack. Good mechanical skill by Rickathon.
So, we do have the game back underway after about a 20-minute pause. And we have Lulu flashing up red there, being chased down by Sona. Can Sona finish this one off? The answer is a no. Shield goes down onto Lulu as well. And she will be okay for now. But this is going to allow Varus and Sona to push this tower, deny some creeps, and in turn get slightly ahead on levels. So, good for them.
So right now we see Zed is a... Wow, he has a BF sword already, man. Holy shit. Holy crap, man. He's going to be hurting this guy pretty badly right now. All Renekton's got to show for himself is a giant's belt and a boost of speed, but this Zed is going to be able to just completely take one squishy target out. You know, if Renekton isn't careful, he might be the one who gets taken out too.
So now we're seeing why Renekton was kind of replying with the what, is apparently the wild cards from TF were invisible. So that kind of sucks, to get hit with something that you simply cannot dodge because you can't see it. But either way, TF's going to be pushing the mid lane, currently level 7. His ultimate is back up off cooldown, being really heavily hit upon by Jace, but here comes Zed with the ultimate. Shen's going to ultimate himself onto Jace with the Stand United and keep him alive from the pop of the death mock from Zed.
This is exactly what I was talking about. How Zed can just, with his damage potential right now, just completely be able to take one person out of the fight. And look at him just clear the waves with one use of his E ability. He is maxing it, by the way. He is, in my opinion, the best ability to max in any situation as Zed, unless you're in a 2v1.
Yeah, especially when you consider that he, as you said, he picked up the early BF sword, so he's doing a lot of damage. And also, the Elixir of Fortitude. So he's quite beefy, and he's doing lots of damage. Going to be coming back to his lane now, a level over Renekton. In fact, no, he's not, pardon me. They're both level 8. But he is going to be clearing that wave out as Renekton waits in the top bush. But not much is going to happen. Shen on his way back, but of course he did use his ultimate bot. The good news right now coming in from SinnersNeverSleep is that TF did not use his ulti. So if he decides to pop to a lane or another, in fact, hold that thought for a second because Lulu's going down very, very low. Varus gonna flash in to pick up the kill. In the meantime, Twisted Fate ultimates. On top of that, looks like we're gonna have a flash in from Sona. Can she take down Caitlyn? Caitlyn just managing to escape, chugging through a health pot along the way, and Twisted Fate does actually claim a kill in amongst all of that on towards Jace. Just action all over the map.
That was really, really good on tabs there, doing so much damage, picking up that early BF sword. Really, really showing how that even though he's a good mid laner, he's a pretty good AD as well. Meanwhile, though, in mid lane, they managed to pick up a kill, they being TF and the Jarvan, on the Jace. Jarvan probably just came in there with his ultimate, locked him down for TF to get a nice amount of damage, and look at him shred that Shen down. You know, if TF had flash, I would be one scared Shen right now. I would be very... Oh, but here comes Zed, and... Oh, will Shen get dropped? No, he will not. Unfortunately, that was just not enough damage there. The feint as well managed to reduce some of the damage.
Yeah, the feint, the shield came up just in the nick of time. He was able to escape with his life. Jay's going to be popping down the shock blast and the acceleration gate, and Twisted Fate is going to pull himself back and recall back to spawn. So he's going to get out of dodge. Let's have a look at bot lane. How's the CS looking? Varus 98, Caitlyn 79, so quite a big difference between the two. And Varus, of course, does have that kill as well alongside the BF sword, so he's going to be very, very scary. With those two ultimates, Crescendo and the Chain of Corruption, it's a lot of CC and damage, so watch out for that one as the game progresses on. But the good thing about Lulu, though, Broken Shard, is that if they do kind of pop their ultimates together, she can pop her ultimate, of course, which is the Wild Growth, and keep Caitlyn alive just for an extra few seconds.
I feel that Caitlyn should not be losing CS to Varus because Caitlyn is technically a counter lane-wise to Varus. You outrange a lot of Varus' abilities as Caitlyn, and there's no real danger unless, of course, you get engaged on by the Sona Varus combo. And it seems to be the case that Caitlyn has lost CS based off the ways that she lost under turret. But tabs, we see TF going in, and they're just going to decide to pick up. But here's a Shen ult. Will they pick him up before Shen comes? And there's Shen. But will Shen decide to taunt? Nope. It's just one kill pickup and a Shen ult burned. Good play by Twisted Fate to come in and lock that kill down.
Yeah, so that was a kill for SinnersNeverSleep. On top of that, it was two ultimates burned as well. Wild Growth and the Stand Unite from Shen and Lulu respectively, and the tower on top of that. So all around awesome there for the blue team. Are they take down the tower? Are they going to go for the Drake? I'm not so sure.
Well, the Jarvan is currently holding the mid lane. He could easily just rotate and go for the Drake, but then that leaves mid lane open to a possible gank.
Yeah, so they're not going to bother with Drake. Going to be pushing very, very hard up to the second tier tower. Need to be careful because Shan's lurking. However, they have spotted him with the blue buff ward. So they are going to be fine just for now. Going back on towards Caitlyn. Tabs is bossing this bot lane. You have to say, he is completely bossing Caitlyn all the way back. 2-0. Lots and lots of CS ahead as well. Just looking very strong for Tabs. As Twisted Fate goes on a killing spree in mid. So it's not just Tabs that's posing a real threat right now. Twisted Fate's on 3-0-1. He is looking very, very scary. And when his ultimate's back up, which should be very, very shortly, you can expect to see him roaming once again. He's going to be moving towards the blue buff, which has respawn now. And I'm going to try and take this one as well. So, just to add a little bit more salt into the wounds, not only have they taken two towers and gotten a very big kill lead, but they're going to start stealing the buffs away from eSuba on top of that. So it's not looking too good for them right now, is it, Broken Shard? Super are well on their back foot.
Absolutely. I mean, SinnersNeverSleep, after that 1-for-1 trade on top lane, they seem to be taking complete control of this game without a DDoS. No, but it seems that...
Shannon's actually came in.
Wow.
Oh.
Jarvan managed to pick up the Drake, but wow. Big skills by Nunya there, but will he get picked up? The acceleration gate Q combo is coming in. Will it do enough damage? There's the ward down. There's the acceleration gate. Jace running super fast. There's the jump, and there we go. Another kill pickup for Rigiton. That's 2 for a Drake. I think that still went better in SinnersNeverSleep favor.
Yeah, for sure. They get the extra global gold advantage. It was nice though for eSuba to pick up a couple of kills off the back of the Drake, but still, you have to say that SinnersNeverSleep definitely got the upper hand there. We do see a big engage from Zed on towards Lulu. The death mark's been popped. The wall growth. Again, Lulu forced to use it on herself, but Jace is going to come and clean up there. So a 1-for-1 with assists, and also you have to say,
but here comes TF. The damage is huge, and the flash from Nukeduck covering up Nardius. Nardius just dodges the Hail of Arrows, but here we go. Rickaton is in trouble. The Hail of Cards, and wow, Hail of Cards. The Wild Cards followed by Tab's auto attack damage, who's almost got his IE now. Just incredible. Nardius, though, making some big plays, dodging the Hail of Arrows at the last possible second to save its life.
Twisted Fate, that Rabadon's death cap at about 15 minutes 20. 5-1-1. He is so scary at this point in the game. And it's not just him that's a real threat. You've also got Tabs. And on top of that, you've got a very scary Jarvan who's jumping in with the Locket of the Iron Solari. So all across the board here.
Much fed on SinnersNeverSleep.
Yeah.
I mean, Jarvan is relatively farmed up, not really much on kills, but in CS. Zoro is pretty farmed on CS. He's got 123 and that Bloodthirster already. TF is 5-1 with 121 CS. Varus is 2-0-2 with 146 CS. Sona is 0-0-2 with 5 CS. Like, everyone is really fed right now. TF has already picked up his death cap. I mean, when you have the ability to pick up your death cap straight off instead of rushing a Lich Bane, that just shows that you're swimming in money.
Oh, absolutely. Let's have a quick look, actually, between the two goals. Twisted Fate, 6.8k. Very well, he just got to 7k off that wild card burst. And he is facing off against, of course, the Jace, who is on 5.2. So, quite a big chunk of difference there.
Yeah, it's definitely showing.
Lots of damage on the mid tower. Nardius taking all sorts of damage here. The poke is ridiculous from the Varus Q and the Twisted Fate wildcard. Sona can come in with the power chords and Zed's Q as well. It's just all sorts of poke. And you have to feel quite sorry for the amount of damage that Caitlyn took there alongside Jace. The tower is now down to 521 HP. You don't feel it's going to last too much longer. Well, having said that, Renekton has positioned himself in the Wraith Bush on top of a ward. So
Crocodungus sitting around waiting for the right time to strike. He's quite tanky. He's got the Merc Threads and the Sunfire Cape. So his damage potential may not be that high. You know, he's not going to burst someone down, but will... Oh! Tab's almost snagging that away with his piercing shot. Unfortunately, he is not Hosan. He cannot steal jungle creeps away with his Q. Maybe next time, Tabs.
Tabs is 2.2k gold ahead at the moment of Nardius. That is a huge, colossal
That's practically
lead.
a Last Whisper ahead.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal.
Massive,
like, you can just imagine
difference.
late game, an AD carry with, say, IE Phantom Dancer and AD with IE Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper. You pretty much can tell that that's 2,200 gold right there. So there's a lot of damage missing from... Oh god! Nardius gets jumped on! The Hail of Arrows! The piercing shot! Tabs picks up the first kill! Will he pick up a second kill? Yes, he picks up a double kill for Tabs! Baylor almost gets drop bound by the turret, and Rickaton comes in, try to save it, but he cannot do it alone. He needs some help. Meanwhile, Zoro doing what Zeds do love to do best, and that's split push. And see, Jungle Shen, you know, he's not going to get the same amount of farm as a top lane Shen. He's not going to get the same amount of tankiness. So Zed is going to be really easily going to be able to just one-shot him.
And we were saying before about how far ahead Abs was of Nardius on Caitlyn. Well, with that double kill, he just leapfrogged even further ahead. He's on 8k to Caitlyn's 5k. And it's really scary stuff now. Damage limitation for Caitlyn. She has finished off the Blade of the Ruined King, but that's going off against an Infinity Edge, Zeal, and a Cloak of Agility. So you feel that very shortly Phantom Dancer will be joining the Infinity Edge, and then that's going to be a very dangerous Varus to face off against. Twisted Fate's taking the top tower, so they are taking these objectives left, right, and center, 5-1.
Take a look at his items. You know, normally I don't see Oh wow, what the hell was that? He just walked right into turret. Rickaton going to town on him. Though TF doing a lot of damage. Will he be able to pick up the kill? The stun card, the flash! Wow!
Oh, beautiful!
Wow, what a great play from Nukeduck right there. Now all he has to do is avoid the Raging Crocodile coming towards him. There's the flash! The stun card comes down, but he picks it up anyway. Wow.
Ooh.
What a great pickup by TF right there. Holy cow.
Well, we do see Abs and Failer coming to the top. Caitlyn has been down from Zed, who's behind enemy lines. Doesn't care, though. Deathmark more than enough to pick that kill up. Let's switch back to top lane again, though. Crescendo, beautiful, right through 3 players there. And the Cataclysm on top of that. Varus trying to do work from the side. Shen stand uniting on towards Renekton, I believe that was. Not going to be enough, though. Sona picks up the kill. Now going to be switching on towards Shen. Varus doing so much damage. Shen flashing away there. But Jarvan's going to be able to catch up very easily, you have to feel. The Q as well from Varus, just missing. But here we go. It's going to be a kill to Jarvan. So beautiful play, lovely crescendo.
Kill. And there's a surrender vote coming out of eSuba.
Yeah.
20 minutes into the game, and the first win goes to SinnersNeverSleep. Convincing fashion. Oh wow. A little bit of trash talk coming out there. Wasn't that bad though. We'll go take a look at that.
I think it's more frustration about being DDoSed.
Yeah, that's
you know,
very frustrating.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So that's probably gonna be best. That's one game towards SinnersNeverSleep. They're one game closer to getting that guaranteed prize money and the chance to play whoever's gonna win the alternate eternity match for the $750 prize pool tomorrow.
Indeed, and you have to say Tabs was pretty magnificent in that game. He really impressed me. The crescendo at the end though from Failer hit all 3 players on top of the Cataclysm from Nonia. It was beautiful play, and the surrender vote came out. And you have to feel a bit sorry though, you know, because eSuba lost I think 3 players due to a DDoS, and they were offline for quite a lot of time. And even though they came back, you have to question how being DDoSed and DCing like that messes with your mentality going into that game. It must be very frustrating. It must put you off your rhythm, off your game. And you kind of saw that when they came back. They weren't quite the same. They fell behind early on, and they stayed behind throughout that matchup. But we are going to be joining into the second game. Have they actually done the lobby yet, Bas? Do you know?
Yeah, SNS is creating the lobby. I have asked them to... Well, I've asked Nardius, because I don't have any from SNS on my friends list, it would seem, if they can invite me. Pretty please.
Alright.
Does anyone know what is happening with the alternate versus eternity game, by the way?
I'll take a look.
Well,
I'm seeing it's 1-0 in Skype, but it doesn't say to who. It's like 1-0.
Alternate is who I just heard behind me.
So, Alternate are winning 1-0 against Eternity, who did knock Meet Your Makers out. So that was a bit of an upset.
And I'll show people the bracket in stream now, so they can actually have an overview of what's happening at this moment.
So there you can see in the semi-finals, best of 3 match 5, Alternate against Eternity, currently 1-0 to Alternate. And of course, we are watching this game here, SinnersNeverSleep against eSuba. SinnersNeverSleep managed to pick that first victory up, but not without a few technical difficulties along the way, to say the least. So let's hope this second game is DDoS and lag-free.
Yeah, indeed.
As ever, guys, we're very open to any feedback that you have, as long as it's constructive. And feel free to go onto the Reddit thread if you've seen it. If not, it should be on the front page somewhere with the EU West Challenger Series. Please leave your feedback there so that we can improve and give you better stream, better quality, and better matches to watch in the future. And we'll listen to it. And if you have any questions for us, please feel free to leave them there as well. But in the meantime, we're just going to be waiting for this lobby to be made.
Well,
Hopefully
it seems this is like, you know, I don't know how you can say this, along the lines of players sometimes not listening. I informed them on Skype how we're going to do it with casters, i.e. that we have the Czech caster is spectator slot 1 and I am spectator slot 2, but they seem to have invited a co-caster into the spec slot, so they are out of spec slots. So good job. So we actually now have to wait, since they don't seem to understand it. We now have to wait till they're actually loading in, and then we can pop it to the picks and bans on the 3-minute delay, so that you guys still have some time to actually explain the picks and bans. But you know, a lot of stuff happens, so not everything actually happens according to plan, I guess.
Indeed. Actually, I am going to turn the stream on. My internet kind of sucks, so I apologize if my mic gets a bit laggy here. But if you have any questions that you'd like to ask me or Broken Shard while we wait for the eSuba game to start to come to fruition.
Well, there is actually an
interesting.
sorry. Actually, you just said exactly what I was going to say. There's an interesting kind of question or discussion. Okay. I just got invited by Exta12345. He was one of the players, right?
Yeah, that's Nuke Duck.
That's Nuke Duck. Okay. He seems to have invited me, but then I don't know if my game's tripping. No, it's not. Okay. Apparently, I'm in.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Okay, so they.
What was the interesting thing that you're gonna say?
One sec, because Robin is also one of the admins sitting behind me, and a fellow producer is saying that there is something apparently. Sorry, yeah, I'm back. Should be okay. Yeah, they're inviting the other caster, I think, but I think they're inviting Snappy now. Tell caster to spec. I am, bro. So the interesting thing going on in the chat is that people are saying, I can't remember who it was exactly, but someone was bringing up the point that the players at this level should be somewhat, required to get DDoS protection.
Exactly. I took the time to go and learn how to protect my internet from DDoS and situations of what to do when I get DDoS. I mean, that took me like about 4, maybe 5 weeks of intense learning on how to reroute internet connections and proxies. If you don't take the time to do that and you get DDoS, there's nothing I can do for you.
But is there anything like that you know, I totally agree, because I also said not everyone is that completely tech savvy. You actually need to tell people to start researching, but I suppose there is something to say for the fact that...
proxies. Proxy is the simplest thing to do. What I learned to do is a lot more complicated, but if you get proxies, you'll know that when you're getting DDoSed. Crepo even wrote on the Reddit thread that they get DDoSed every day, and they know what happens when their proxies go down.
But so what's the what kind of advice would you have to give people in the chat that are interested in? Because I even saw some people asking what is a DDoS, and if there is people asking what is a DDoS, then I suppose the logical question or something that people would be interested in is how to protect yourself from a DDoS. It's like, what kind of starter tips do you have? This is like, you know, sort of tips and tricks with Broken Shard versus DDoSing, something like that. You know?
Look up how to proxy. Proxy your Skype. Proxy pretty much as you can. It's not difficult to do. Sometimes you have to buy it, but I'm telling you, if you put the right money out for a good proxy, you'll never have DDoSing problems again.
True.
It's not even that expensive.
Here, Nardius in the chat is asking, is there any way we can protect ourselves from it? Well, yes, for one, indeed, turn off Skype or try to proxy Skype, as Broken Shard was just saying. Got to turn off any kind of program that allows people to possibly hack it or some other way view your IP, and that can be pretty much anything that you have on. So that's the big problem, I guess. Yeah, indeed. Nunia saying don't go to IRC. That's one. You know, don't go IRC. Don't go
to
Skype.
IRC, don't go on Skype. Yeah, I was DDoSed earlier, and then I took the time to go and reroute my internet through multiple different servers so that I wouldn't get DDoSed. Yeah, it lags me a little bit, but at least I got a good internet connection.
Well, I mean, you know, it might lag you a little bit, but how much of an inconvenience is it for the viewers, for the players, for your fellow players to have this much of a delay because you get knocked out of the stream? It's no fun. Yeah, and what Nunia say, not being a bad sportsman also helps. But I agree. But then again, I think most of the time people here DDoSing are definitely not people. Definitely not people that value sportsmanship.
I'm going to very, very quickly nip away just for half a minute, so I'll be right back, guys.
TKD for me actually just posted an incredibly apt description of what a DDoS is and why it is such a pain in the backside. We're actually I'm just checking up some chat. What country is Gaming Gear from?
I think they're Lithuanian.
Lithuanian, okay. That's something actually I want to check with the chat if they agree. For the next edition, which is next week, by the way, we also have the finals to stream tomorrow, but for next week, should we post team lineups on the website and make sure that the website doesn't crash, get over like actually, I know it's not a DDoS on the website. I just know it's overused at the moment. But do you people value that if we put a lineup of the teams in there?
And a write-up. I can do a write-up as well.
Yeah. Yeah. See, because you know you're the man for that. I'm definitely not the man for lineups and whatnot. So. Oh, he says Dirt Gen is MIA, DDoS. Okay. Does that mean they just subbed someone out, or is that me?
I'm not so sure what that means.
Cause who's Dirt Gen? Never mind. I don't
support.
Yeah, but he's just in the lobby. Oh, okay. It might mean that he's been DDoSed just now, or
yeah.
So he'll pop out or drop out in a sec.
I don't see any way that they can get the IPs if they've turned Skype off.
True.
If they don't turn Skype off, that's their own fault.
Or the players can learn to play on a massive ping like we do in Oz. I agree. I don't understand what the reason is to actually try and DDoS a tournament in that sense. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. But is it are people really that serious about, you know, their game, their team, that they want to ruin the fun for like everyone watching? I don't know.
Yep, because people are stupid like that.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, indeed, Danny. What you're saying. Raid call, just like TeamSpeak, any kind of voice program that has you talking, well, basically peer-to-peer from IP to IP, means that if there's a backdoor and people can hack it, or you're on a public server and people can hack it, then, you know, hey, presto IP address. But again, that doesn't really change the problem, and it's not like you can tell people to not sit on, what is it? Not sit on a sort of voice program, I guess.
VoIP, voice over IP.
Sorry about that, I'm back, guys. Have I missed anything?
You did not miss much, except for that we were going around the whole DDoS round and trying to, you know, ask the chat what they thought about it. And some people feel that it might be used as an excuse one too many times. I can somewhat relate to that, because I know sometimes it's just, you know, a sort of must be DDoS kind of remark, but still. But we're actually in the picks and bans now, guys, so you should be able to check the stream and then take it away in the picks and bans if you want to.
Yeah, I'll just log into the stream now. The only problem with me watching the stream is I can only run it at 240p, so I can like see basically nothing, just the icons. Well, so what was the general consensus then of you asking the chat? They think it's right? Or
well, there's not so much a general consensus, except for that everyone agrees that is one fucking point. Excuse my language there, but it is extremely pointless. I was the first one today, so
Did boss
no. Don't even start pulling that on.
You're the manager.
I should go there.
You should set the example, Bash. I'm disappointed in you.
But like I was saying, is the general consensus was that people really do agree that it is extremely pointless. And it's kind of problematic that people feel like ruining everyone's like viewing pleasure, playing pleasure by actually just doing this. But then again, you know, I mean, you're never really gonna get an entire general consensus from everyone, I think. Because some people think it's the players and the team's requirement or prerogative to make sure that everything's DDoS free, but you know, I don't know. It's gonna be a long-lasting discussion, this. But are you already checking the stream so you can do the picks and bans?
I am, but the stream's behind what's actually happening, so...
That is entirely true. Funnily enough, though, on Twitch, the lower qualities are generally less behind than the higher qualities, strangely enough. I have found out, which is weird. But just go ahead, you know. If you need any like info, please tell me and I'll try and butt in, because I'm looking at it live, of course.
Yeah, for sure. At the moment, as I say, my quality is fairly terrible, but for blue team, I think that's a Nasus, Ari, Thresh ban. For purple, Rumble, is that Zach?
Yeah, Zach and Elise.
Is it Zach Bass? Yeah, and Elise. I apologize for how incredibly unprofessional I am right now, but my eyesight's not so great, and this stream quality is not great either. It's because it's 240p. Either way, Zed is the first pickup for the blue team, and that's going to be eSuba. For the purple team, Darius seems to be the choice, although they are hovering over that. Can change at any time. We've got another 30 seconds to decide. Would be the first time we've seen Darius today, actually, but never mind. They switched on over to Shen and Renekton.
It looks like eSuba took away Zed from Zoro Zero there.
Yeah, that's another way of kind of banning him, I guess, is to just pick him yourself, like just first pick.
Lobby just crashed, by the way.
Last game. Say again, sorry?
Lobby has crashed. Oh, they say Eve is Varus. Eve is Varus. What's Varus? So that's what they said. I'm just reading it out
so
the chat.
So it's a placeholder pick, then?
Yeah, it was a placeholder pick.
Okay. But yeah, guys, if you have any feedback, this is the first time that we've done this. I think it's Broken Shard's second, but it's the first time with Kaostv. So if you have any feedback, any constructive criticism, anything that you'd like to see done differently or improved upon, please feel free to leave a comment on the Reddit thread, or alternatively, I would say leave it in Twitch chat, but it's kind of hard to monitor that. So just go on over to Reddit and post it there. We will read through every comment you make, and if it's genuine constructive criticism, we'll try and take it on board.
We're actually back in picks and bans now, finally. So
okay,
should be coming up for you shortly.
So there we go. Picks and bans back up once again, expecting the same bans as before. And I think you said Evelyn was a placeholder pick for Varus. Is that correct?
Yep, indeed. That's what the team said.
Okay. I could be wrong here. I think Broken Shard. Have we seen Varus every game so far as AD?
Yeah, we actually have.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Varus is a very heavily contested regardless because of how strong he is in almost every aspect of the champion. He's good at poking, he's good at engaging, he's good at killing tanks, he's good at killing squishies, he's a good late game, he has a good mid game, he has a pretty strong early game. He's just strong. Varus is just a strong pick.
Absolutely. I'm an AD player myself, and I love Varus. I absolutely love playing him. But we are going to have Varus indeed locked in alongside the Shen pick. And on the flip side, as we said, Zed was picked away from Zoro on eSuba. Their second and third canal. We've seen Shen quite a lot today, actually, when I think about it too. Split pushing.
Well, Shen has always been a contested pick. Ever since he was changed, which was what, like a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always been a contested pick. First pick, first ban, picked regardless, banned sometimes here and there. Shen has been a relevant pick for about a year and a half, which is really, really crazy. And that's mostly because of his ultimate.
Yeah, his ultimate is just insanely strong. You can split push with it. You can ultimate on